Hello everyone, I am Archana Rani. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss Graphics Programming Part 7, that is Introduction to Swing. These are the topics that I am going to cover during this lecture, that is Introduction to Swing. What are the advantages of Swing over AWT? MVC Architecture of Swing, features of Swing, what are the components we get in Swing, and how to handle the events in Swing. Let's we start to discuss from introduction to swing. Swing is the extension version of AWT. And what is AWT? How to handle the event in AWT that we have covered in previous two lectures. Let's we start the introduction to swing. Swing is a part of JFC. JFC is Java Foundation classes that is used to create the GUI application. As we have already discussed, AWT is also used to create the GUI application. Now the question may come in your mind, then what is the difference between AWT and Swing? That we are going to cover in next slide. So this is also used for the GUI application. While creating the GUI application, Swing provides the rich set of GUI components. And what are that rich set of GUI components? That difference we are going to cover in this lecture. And it is built on top of AWT and entirely it is written in Java. Let's we discuss what are the advantage of Swing over AWT. Components, whatever components we get it in Swing, that are platform independent component, whereas for AWT component we have discussed that are platform dependent component. Swing components is called as the lightweight component, where AWT component is called as the heavyweight component. And why that AWT is called as the heavyweight component, that I have covered in previous lecture. I will repeat once that the AWT components are uses the resources of operating system. That's why that component is called as the heavyweight component, whereas Swing components are the platform independent component. That's why it's called as the lightweight component. Swing components are support the PLAF, that is pluggable look and feel effect. As I said it, that it provide the rich set of the rich set, that means it is pluggable look and feel. It provide the pluggable look and feel effect to us. It supports the more powerful and useful component like table, scroll pans, radio button, tab pan. That's why it's called as it's providing the rich set of GUI components, and it follow the MVC architecture. What is MVC architecture? That is model view controller architecture. Let's we discuss that. MVC, M stands for model, V stands for view, V stands for view, and C stands for controller. This each model, view and controller each is having its own functionality, and based on that functionality this architecture is performing its task. Let's we start to discuss what are the roles of these three components. Model is representing the state of component. That means the whether that component is placed and when to invoke the particular event or not, that can be checked by the model. Whereas that means this model is passes the data to the view for while rendering the components on the screen. Whereas the role of the view is determine which event is passed and then it passed to the controller, and the role of controller is handle the event and control the code react. That means it's reacting the user query or whatever actions is done by the user. This is the MVC architecture. Let's we discuss the features of the Swing. The first features, as I already told, that is it's provide the look and feel effect. Yes. The second is it's providing the data transfer. Now what it mean by providing the data transfer? That means how to get the data from the clipboard. That means copy and paste features is provided in similar to copy and paste features provided in Swing. Whereas the third feature is called as the internationalization and localization. Please listen this feature properly. This is very important features we get it in Swing. That means the international means it is a mechanism that help to create a application that can be adopt different language and regions, whereas the localization, it is a mechanism to create a application that can adopt a specific language and a region by adding the local specific test and the component. Hope you understood this. Next feature is accessibility features. Accessibility features is providing the access of the data. Mm, that means how to get it that access. For example, in Microsoft, if we click on the particular taskbar or the toolbar, it will provide us the small help. That means it's provide the tooltip like features we can add it into the swing components, or some keyboard alternative like shortcut kit we can use it, or some textual descriptions for the image. If we give it if with the pointer will go to the image, then it give it the information about that image, like features we get it in a swing. Next features is system tray icon feature. Now this feature is again similar to the taskbar status area. It provide the if you want to design the toolbar, then you it will get it in a system tray icon support in swing, or some notification area like in Windows we get it at the downside, near to where we can set it the date and time features. We get some notification like features if we want, then that features we get it by system tray icon support in swing. These are the features of the swing. Whereas what are the components we get it in swing? So basically we get it top level container, general purpose container, special purpose container, basic controls, then not editable information we can display on applications, and interactive display of highly formatted information. Let's we see one by one these components. First type of component is top level component. What is this top level component? And this all these components we have already covered in AWT. Let's we discuss these components, how we use it that in AWT, and how that component we get it in swing. As I said it, windows or frame or dialog box we get it in AWT also, but the difference is what? The only difference we get it in a look and feel. This is a dialog box, where the dialog box you will get it along with the specific information with some images which help to understand why we use this dialog box. That means you can easily identify the look and feel effect we get it at a professional here. Similarly for frame also, frame we get it the nice look here. That are the top level component. Next is general purpose component container, panel, toolbar, scroll pan. That are the general purpose container. It's used almost similar how we can use it in a AWT. Then special purpose container. Special purpose container, again if you go through the type of component, you will get it internal frame here, then layered pan we can set it here in a swing, as well as the root pan you will get it here. Now this, if you see on a screen, you will get it the very rich look of the component in a swing. This look we will not get in a AWT. Next one is basic control. Basic controls we get it button, combo box, list box, menu bar, even text box, or some more components is given here. Button we get it likewise like this. Then the combo box we get it in a rich format. List we get it in this like this format. Then while designing the menu bar, then we can put it some checkbox, radio button, or some icons in that image, like copy cut paste we can put it. Similarly you can design in a swing. Then for slider you can set it that slider values here by providing it. Spinner you can get it, or text field or formatted text field you get it in a rich format in swing. Next type of component is uneditable information display. Now what is this uneditable information that we get it in label format or progress bar format. Label format, that I may put it some label. For example, for this image, if I want to give it some caption, then I give it that caption with the help of label. Whereas for the progress bar, we get it the progress bar feature which show how much page. Mostly we use it while loading the particular page, that can be seen in percentile. These features we get it in Swing. These are the Swing components, that how we can write the code in Swing. As I already said it, that these components are almost same, which we have already discussed in AWT. That components are label component, text field component, button component. How to write the coding for that also we had seen. So simply I have given here the difference between Swing component and AWT component. As I said it, Swing components are the extended version of AWT component. So whenever we are going to use the Swing component, always we get it that in with the help of J. So if I want to use it the label, then I may use J label. If I want to use it text field, then here I get it the J text field, J button. Likewise I can use it, and almost the coding is same like the AWT components. This is the checkbox coding, then radio button coding. If you go through this, then you will come to know that are the very similar to AWT components itself. In Swing, we get it some interactive display of highly formatted information. Now, what is the meaning of interactive display? Color we get it in AWT also, but the combination of color like HSB color or RGB color, that is the color chooser, we get it in different styles or different combinations. Similarly, we get it to display the information. We may display the information in file format, file chooser format by using it, or tabular format. I may use it the interactive display of information. Some textual format I can represent that in a different styles. Text can be represented in a different style, or if I want to represent the information in a tree structure, I can use it or display that also. That are the interactive display way we get it in Swing. As we have already discussed the layout manager, similarly in Swing also we get it the layout manager. These are the 4 types of layout manager we get it in Swing, where in AWT we have discussed only 3 types. Border layout we discuss in AWT, almost similar to in Swing. Flow layout we get it in AWT also. Grid layout also we get it in AWT. That only grid bag layout we are not get it in AWT. Let's we discuss this. What is this grid bag layout? Grid bag layout, in grid layout we have to represent the whatever components we want to add it, that in a tabular format, that means in a row and column format. But in grid bag layout, if your component style is not the same, or if some components you want to represent in horizontal or vertical only, then with the help of this grid bag layout you can represent it. This is all about the layout manager. Let's we start how to handle the events in Swing. It's almost similar how we can handle the event in AWT. If we press the particular button, then with the help of the action listener, this button pressing is come under the action listener. So appropriate listener is called, and while calling that we use it the action event class. What are the types of event we get it in Swing? Action listener, window listener, mouse motion listener, and component listener. Implementing an event handling. Implement the method in a listener interface to handle that event, as we have already discussed in AWT. Thank you.